What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Pilot Dig and I'm a pretty new YouTuber on YouTube. I have created a few videos in the past about Farming Simulator 25 gameplay. Now, you see, I have only made series which just have like 1 episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, sometimes 4 episodes. But I never completed them. They are all incomplete, and in some of them I even say I'm gonna go up to 100 episodes. So a lot of you might not know why. The reason for this is there's a problem with my FS25. It's very laggy. It's blurry. It's not good. I know there's some of you perfectionists out there, which really appreciate the high quality content. Sorry, this is my lovebird. Um, so yeah, I am not gonna be doing YouTubing about Farming Simulator gameplay anymore. I'm gonna shift my focus to Giants editing. So, where I'm gonna teach you guys to make a map in Farming Simulator 25. And yeah, I'll learn you from where to make the base of your map all the way to the end where you're gonna publish your map. And anyways, yeah, so that's what this whole series is now gonna be about, so stay tuned. So, let's go right into this. Assuming now you don't have the Giants editor, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that shows how to install the Giants editor. It looks like this. There's a lot of videos which shows how to install the Giants editor on YouTube. I'll link a video in the description below which helped me for downloading the Farming Simulator 20 the Giants editor for the very first time. So anyways, go check that video out and then follow along right from here. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do, you just simply open up the Giants editor. Okay, hello everybody. Sorry, I had a little problem with my mic just now. Okay, so yeah, open up the the Giants editor. Oh. And here is how it should look right off the bat. So a lot of these things might look very intimidating for you at the first time, and you see all these different buttons, switches and stuff, sliders and stuff here. It's the sliders and stuff, the buttons up here. But if this is gonna make you feel better, you're not gonna use half of these things shown here. So, but anyways, first up, what I just wanted to talk to you guys about, this might be shown in the video. It shows how to install the Giants editor, but I will show you this anyways. You need to set up your installation path to your Farming Simulator 25, because your Giants editor needs to know where's your Farming Simulator 25 before it can, well, make mods, make the magic happen. So go up to File, Preferences, and bring it up a little here. You might hear that fluttering. It's my lovebird flying around here in my room. Please ignore it. Anyways, yeah, so, what I just done here? There we go. And it looks better. And yeah, so here you'll see Game Installation Path. Here, so this is gonna be your installation path when you're on Steam. The one I'm gonna show you now. I'm also gonna show you the installation path is gonna be if you are on Xbox. If you downloaded it from Xbox. So by the way, you can download Giants Editor from Xbox. So by the way, what is it? You can download Farming Simulator Giants Editor on Xbox. I'm gonna show you. There's a Xbox app for PC. You download it, say now from Microsoft. I'll show. Say now you download from Microsoft. I'll show you that directory as well. But don't get me wrong. You can't do this on Xbox. But anyway, so first up, I'll show you the Microsoft one. So you click on these 3 dots here. Click on it. And here you have your Here you have this your file explorer open. So just click on Acer on or whatever drive you're on, whatever drive the farming simulator is installed on. Go down to program files. Hold on. Yeah, program files. Hold on. No, wait. Sorry. I'm showing you now about Xbox. Go back to here where this was. Go down to the bottom. Sorry. Here at Xbox Games. Open that up, and here you'll see I have Car Mechanic Simulator installed. But yeah, that I have downloaded from Microsoft. But if you have downloaded your game from Microsoft, that's where your installation path will be. Now for Steam, click again on the three dots, go to your drive and go down. Then now you go to program files. Now you go to Steam. Now you go to Steam apps, and now you go to common. So that's the directory. So here you are. Here you'll see Farming Simulator 25 here. Don't enter it at all. You just click on the folder and just click select folder. That's all you have to do. Now you can click apply and close. Okay, so that's your installation path now set up. And yeah, so now we can start making our first map. Your first map. So, I just wanna get things straight here. We're gonna get one, always works like this. You get one of the base game maps like Hutan Pantai, Riverbend Springs, or Zelonka. You open one of them up, and they'll be here in the Giants editor. Now you might be wondering, hey, I want to make my own map. Why should I open up one of the maps that is already made by Giants? Well, they're just gonna be your foundation. You're gonna delete every single thing on them. You're gonna make the entire map flat, and you're gonna paint it all over. You won't even. There's no sign it will be Riverbend Springs or anything like that. And so that's gonna be kind of like your foundation of your map, and you can sometimes get things out of, say now Riverbend Springs, put it in like map boundaries, which is tricky to make and stuff, and just stuff like that. But now go up to open one of them up, go to File, then you go to New Mod from Game, wait for it, and here you are. Here's every single mod in the game, but we don't want to make a vehicle, we want to go up here, and we want map items. There we go. So here we have map AS, which is Hutan Pantai, map EU, which is Zelonka, and mod map US, which is Riverbend Springs. Now, I would avoid opening, using Riverbend Springs, because the reason I say for that is when you open up Riverbend Springs, you have to get rid of the guided tour. You don't want that in your map, and you have to go into your XML, which is, by the way, this code which you use to actually code it, but we call it XML. And yeah, so you have to go in the XML and change all this stuff, but it's unnecessary. So, but Hutan Pantai or Zelonka doesn't really doesn't have guided tours, so they are perfect. But I would not recommend using mod map US. You can, if you want to, you can, but just beware. I won't show you how to get rid of the guided tour, but you can choose map AS or map EU. I want this. Oh yes. So by the way, I want you to speak about map AS and map EU. I don't want you to talk about Hutan Pantai or Zelonka. I just want you to say map AS or map EU. But anyways, choose any one of these two, not Riverbend Springs. Click on, I'm gonna use map AS, but you can use map EU if you want, but I'm gonna use map AS. Hit OK, and here you have your working directory. So you don't want to change anything in here except for your mod name. Your name of your map is currently mod map AS. That you don't want. You want to call your name of your map. So what I want you to do is highlight it up to the slash here. Don't go over the slash, just up to here. Hit backspace to get rid of that. And now you can put in the name of your map here. It's pretty popular to use a good name, something catchy, or you can literally call it dogs like food. You can call it anything you want, but I won't recommend calling it that. But anyways, but first up, before you put in your name, I want you to say put in FS20. Wait, let me just think. FS25. Yes, and then space. Then you put in your map name here. I'm gonna call it the flat map because I want to make this like kind of like a survival map, which is absolutely nothing. Where you have to start off. There's just a dealership, a train, and a sell everything selling point, and that's all. That's all that there is. There's nothing else. There's just grass. So that's what I want. The idea I want for the map. And if you have put in your map name, make sure there are no spaces in it because when you come to publishing your map, they don't want you to put in spaces. So but only space you want is the one here from FS25. That's all you want, and then you have the flat map. Now you hit OK, and there. Now you just wait for it to load, and but just remember to get rid of the spaces. Otherwise, when you come to publish it, just like I said. So let's quickly wait for it to load. Right. I'll quickly cut when it's ready. Once it's done loading. Okay, everybody, it has just finished loading. So this is Hutan Pentai, or like I said, I want you to call it Map AS. Now, just to show you, this is Map AS. Where's that farm? Ah, here we are. Just to show you this, here is the main farmyard. Walter will stand here. Oh, where does he stand? Yeah, he stands there, and Ben stands there. I'm gonna show you in a future video how to put in NPCs in your map. So let me quickly, explain everything that is here. Every single mechanism here. I just wanted you to get more familiar with it. So first up, your viewport, which is obviously where you see everything in your map. To move around in it, hold right click to look around, but just hold it like this. You just to look around. To go forward, you hit W. Want to go backward, you hit S. When you want to go this way, you hit A. You want to go this way, you say D. And then you can kind of like control your movements. And if you want to go faster, you hold right click and you hold shift, and then you press those buttons and you go a lot faster. So you hold your right mouse button and you hold shift, and while you're holding those two, you fly around. So that's how you move around in the viewport. That's the viewport. Here we have the scene graph, which is basically every single object in your map. Like it handles every single object in the map, or a tree, a rock, or anything for that matter. Like the perspective view is the one the view which we're watching out the viewport, and then we have terrain, which is the whole map, and then we have the sun, which you can set. Actually, you can use the X rotation. I think it's the X rotation to. I might tell you wrong, to change the sunlight, but I never do that, so I also recommend that you do not do that. But yeah, if you want it a little darker, if you want it that way, go for it. But I won't recommend that for these tutorials. Excuse me. Then here you have your career start point. The career start point is the thing you put down, is where you spawn for the first time when you load the game. You have your map, which is, well, all objects. These are all folders. Like if I hit that little plus sign, you see there's lots of stuff in here. I don't want you to talk about these things, call them folders. I want you to call them transforms. each time when it has a blue, green, and red dot, it's always called a transform. So I always want you to call it a transform. So, but if you just talk about these as transforms. And then in gameplay, here you have your vehicle shop, all those kind of things, fun stuff. NPC spots, that's where your NPCs will spawn. And then you have your working group, and then you have your particular placement, which is actually all the trees on the map. Yes. So, and then this is a console, like you can see here. Now the console shows you when there's errors in your map. Like it'll say something like this line here saying I will be in red, because then it will show, oh, there's an error. But then some people will maybe see here's a orange or yellow line, which then they might think, oh, here's an error. No, these are just warnings, like missing i3D attribute is disenabled. That's you. Those are just they're just want to complain. That really doesn't really refer much to you. You just ignore that. But when it's red, there's a problem in your map. And that's how you can look for errors. And then here you have a window where you can modify your brushes. So say now I used a paint tool up here. I'll talk about those more later. You see how big my brush is. And when I get smaller, I bring that down a little. You see how much smaller my brush is. I can make it square. I can make it hard. I can make it anything I want. But anyways, we will use that. That's the thing you will use the most. And here you will have your attributes here. I'll show you quickly the attributes. Let's find a tree or any object. Here's a tree. Go left click on it to select it, and then here you'll see things about that tree. So here it says the name, the ID, the ID you can put in your XML to show where exactly is the position of the tree. Is pretty tricky to explain. It's actually a unique ID. Excuse me. Um, I don't know. I'm a little. I think I'm getting a flu. Excuse me. Excuse me. Anyways, and here you have your translate. You see that's currently minus 100 and well 80 78. Let's make that minus 200. You see that's more. It pushes it more away. I mean 200. You see that just brings it a little bit more forward. If we quickly hit here to undo that, and then it undoes that. And then here you have your translate here, which makes it go up and down. Here is the one that makes it go this way. So that's the translate. And you have your rotation. You can rotate an object like, oh my goodness. We have an upside down tree. Let's make that say minus 10. Okay, that makes it just more confusing for you guys. I don't want this to be confusing. Yes. You can actually use this to rotate things as well. Like you see here, I'll talk about this more later. But anyway, that you get the point of what is the user attributes. And then up here you have stuff. You have a terrain scope mode, which you can lift terrain, make it higher or lower, or even. This is your terrain detail texture paint mode. You can just paint it. Some people might think, oh, this is to put in grass in your map. No, this is just to put in textures. Like if you go into your game, you go into construction mode, you go in there and you go you choose the paint and you paint the ground is the exact same thing. And here you have the terrain mesh paint mode. Like say now I select a tree and I make it more in this height, but that's gonna be more in the future, and I make it more here. I can put in loads of those different trees in here. And then here we have the terrain info layer paint mode. This is where you justify farmlands. Like, you paint what you want farmland 1 to be. You select in this window farmland 2, farmland 3. They'll come in different colors and all that kind of stuff. And terrain placement layer paint mode. I do not know what that is. I never used it before, but I personally don't know what that is. But I might sound stupid. Some of you might have watched YouTubers YouTube about Giant Editor. You might know what that is. Please comment down below. Maybe some of you will maybe know and explain that to me. Here we have terrain foliage paint mode. This is now to put in foliage. Like, you can put soya beans in. You can put all those kind of stuff in. And yeah, that's basically roughly what all of this is. So let's put them all to use. In this first episode, I just want to make this entire map flat, and I just want to put in a grass texture on it. So first up, we need to delete everything on the map. Just ignore what I'm doing here. I'm just making this a little smaller here. And so we need to delete everything on this map. But before we do that, we might need some things before we do anything. Like the map boundaries. We need that. That's a very important thing to have. You go to your map, make it bigger, and then you go here into infrastructure. If you are now on map A, later you might have choose map EU, it might be somewhere else, but just find it. But on map A is in infrastructure, and then down here you'll see where is it, map boundaries. Now what I want you to do is hit Control and X to cut that out, and then I want you to scroll down, select Control V to paste that back in. Like, some of you might think, oh wait, I can just right click and I can say cut and paste here. No, in Giant Editor it does not work like that. You can right click, it just says like expand all, and it just expands the map boundaries, transform here. But yeah, but if you want to do it a different way, there is other ways too, but this is the most easy way. So Control X, Control V is the one I want you to use. So just close up map here, and then right under career start point, click on map, hold shift, click on particular placement or whatever. You click on that. You just highlight everything except these up here and the map boundaries, and you just hit delete. Plunk. Oh, everything is gone. Oh, that's actually a little sad. Oh. But anyways, we're gonna make a much better map. So now what we want to do, let's think, how will we make this entire map flat? What one of these tools should we use? I think we should use the terrain sculpt mode, because that's the one which we can use higher or lower. So what we want to do, we want everything to be the same height above water level. So let me show you how to set that up. Oh yeah, so by the way, you see here in height here, I'll explain what I want to explain now later. Go down, you go to left mouse button here. The left mouse button is your of course your left mouse button, and you click on hit replace, and you just hit you hit here. It will usually be on add when you have downloaded it for the first time. Hit add, and then you just hit replace. Replace will make it like above water level, whatever you say the replace limit up here, but I'll show you that later. Actually, I can show you that now. So I always do it 50 meters above water level. You can make it like 10 meters above water level. You can make it 1 meters above water level. The choice is yours. But I don't want you to put in a crazy number like 1 million, because then your map will go up into space. And I just want just don't go over like 1,000. Like 1,000 is already a lot. You'll already go up into orbit if you do that. and you do not want that. But I would recommend 50 water meters above water level. I want you to do that as well. And when you go up to here to the brush size, and then I want you to highlight this, and I want you to say 500, like that. And then you must click on this here to accept that. So some of you might think, I can just click enter. In previous Giants Editor versions, it worked like that, but some reason in this version it doesn't. Maybe you might be on a later version that I am, it might be then enter, but if it does not work, just, yeah, hit there. You see my brush is now absolutely massive, and we set the left mouse button on replace, so it's the left mouse button, hold the left mouse button and just level the entire map, like that. That's all you have to do. Just level the entire map. Excuse me when I'm talking way too much. Like I am chittering way too much. But I really want you guys to understand how the concept of modding works. But hopefully you'll be making pretty good maps after this series. I'll try not to go. I'll try in the future videos. I won't talk so much like now. I just wanted to fit everything I want you to know into this video. That's all I wanted to do. So that's why I'm talking so much. But in future videos, I won't. So anyways, we need to know. Now we have the entire map flat. Now we want to paint it. So we go to the terrain paint mode up here. Hit that. Go down here. Why is the left mouse button set now again at add? Well, at each thing you select here, it'll automatically save. So when I go back here, it's back to replace, so it saves automatically, which is pretty cool. That's a new feature to Giants, which I quite like, to the Giants editor. So we will do the same. We'll make the brush also here 500. Hit here. Let's see here, go down, yeah, it's round, and then you go down here, down all the way down to texture. So it's currently set on asphalt. We want a little grass texture. And then we just hit left mouse button, which we set on add, and then yeah, there we go. We are painting the map. And now here's also good. You see there I missed, I don't know if you can see this, but there I missed a little, there I missed a little, and there I missed a little. So it's really good when you paint your map like this. Then you can see where is the problem. So I'll just go back to my terrain paint mode. And there we go. Uh-oh, here we see there in the corner we have a one there as well. Let's fix that up real quick, and there you go. So let's go down to the map and see how it looks. Oh, what is all this grass and bushes doing here? Oh no, and the rice fields are also here. What can that be? Well, these are already all grass and bushes that were in Hutan Pantai, and we want to get rid of them. So we have the terrain foliage. Go back and go zoom out back again. We have the foliage paint mode. Now that also can be used for deleting. Also be used for look how big that brush is, but I'll show you why later. It can also delete textures, which is foliage. So now what I want you to do is set your size on 2500. I know that sounds, whoa, that's a lot, but that's to fit in the entire map. Then you say your brush type, you set to square, and then then you set your foliage. Here you'll see foliage, and you say your foliage there is deco bush. Make sure you put it on there. Then you go here, and here at our settings here, left mouse button is set to add, middle mouse button is set to smooth, and right mouse button is set to subtract. We want to subtract everything, so we want to right click. So we're right clicking. You see your mouse doesn't want to move, and there you go. Now everything on your map should be gone for good. And now let's quickly take a look here. Yeah, all the bushes and stuff which bothered us is away. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry for again, I'm saying sorry that this video is so long, but I really wanted to fit a lot of things in this video. But in the next videos, they're gonna be much shorter than this one. They're gonna be much shorter because well, I'm gonna show more about. I'm gonna. You already know all these stuff. The basic. You know now the basics. That's why I want to set things over and over for you to understand. But in the future, I won't talk so much, but you should just make sure you understand everything. If you didn't understand much about this video, watch it again from the beginning. I really want you to understand all these stuff before we can continue with the series. But anyways, until the next video, which is gonna be pretty soon, I'll see you there. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.